now and press the bell icon. Never miss an update.
Namaste, konnichiwa. Welcome to the Nupur Tewari Show. And today we have very special guest. क्योंकि वो भारत से है, जापान में रहते हैं और जापान में उन्होंने अपना स्टार्टअप चालू किया है, इसलिए हुए ना बहुत स्पेशल। हमारे साथ लोकेश अग्रवाल है और मैं क्या बताऊं, उनको मैं बोलूंगी खुद का परिचय देने के लिए। उनको मैं बहुत सालों से जानती हूँ, बहुत प्यारा लड़का है और बस इतना ही मैं बोल सकती हूँ। बाकी लोकेश, आप बताइए हमारे व्यूअर्स के लिए आपने क्या स्टार्टअप चालू किया, आपका जर्नी बताइए थोड़ा सा जापान का।
Yes, so hello, my name is Lokesh Agarwal, and thank you, Nupur-san, for a very kind introduction. So, I arrived in Japan in 2014 when I was like master's student, very young, with lots of, like passion for research and, exploration with a dream to be a scientist. And it was like master's internship project that I got fully funded internship from National Institute for Material Sciences. And so I did 3 months internship there. And then I got a offer to join the lab as a junior research fellow. And I continued my journey from 2015 to 2017 at NIMS. And then later I joined PhD at Tsukuba University in 2017 in neuroscience. So
Neuroscience.
So my background was engineering, and I did PhD in completely, opposite field, which was hardcore molecular neuroscience and brain development. And then, after getting exposure of how the brain look likes and, try to understand all the perspective and connecting it with the engineering. I finished my PhD in 2020 and joined Okinawa Institute of Science and Technology as a postdoctoral fellow. And during the final year of my PhD, we all know that in 2019 COVID came in December. There were cases in Japan, and Japan government decided to lock down in February. So I got some spare time during my PhD and started a new project with one of my friends, Sunil Kumar Vimal, who was my mentor. And he taught me a very different field called tissue engineering. So in simple term, I will say that the way we repair damaged wall, we require raw materials, like concrete, cement. Similar way, if there is an injury to the tissue which cannot be regenerated automatically, so then we need something to regenerate or repair it. So that's what I do. It's called tissue engineering. And I continued my journey at OIST, and I secured a very prestigious fellowship, which is internal from in OIST, highly competitive, called Proof of Concept Startup grant for researchers who wants to pursue their career as an entrepreneur. And I secured this grant in 2022, and it's quite big actually. It's around 50 million Japanese yen. And I developed my prototype that I proposed, which was a machine to to print the 3D tissues with high precision and to develop the scaffolds like nanofiber made structures to fill the gap which has been created after the trauma in tissue. So I developed a prototype. Now I'm at the last, at the final year of this program, and I wanna, continue my journey as an entrepreneur to benefit the society with my innovations.
Wonderful. Actually, for the viewers, I would like to say definitely Lokesh is, a very, as I said, pyara bacha hai, matlab, just like a brother, just like a family, But why am I taking his interview? Because, it's not about when someone does really, as he said, that he just, 50 million Japanese yen, grant. He really got it. It's not a small thing, and especially for all those students in different parts parts of India who are thinking that they cannot, maybe, they're just eyeing on the Western countries and, many European countries definitely, and they even didn't think of coming to Japan. Such an inspiration, an Indian coming here doing the PhD and, going to Okinawa there, getting the fund of 50 million yen for his startup. This is amazing thing, actually amazing. And Lokesh, like, I'd like to, you said that you came to Japan 2014. So 2014, when you came to Japan, what kind of problems? Because this is an inspirational um, podcast. So people would love to know that what kind of problems,
Okay.
especially the young brains, what kind of problems did you face? What kind of did you miss your home? Of course, everyone does, but still,
Yeah,
your
yeah.
case also, you'd love to know about it.
Yeah, so I think I was quite fortunate. I must say that there were people surrounding me in Oist. So these kind-hearted people really, like created a homely environment, and I did not miss my home for quite long. First
Mm-hmm.
time when I arrived in Japan,
Mm-hmm.
after that, I visited my home after 2.5 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I was working quite hard, and frankly, when I arrived at Narita Airport, I was quite like it was completely new. First time I sit in the flight in my life. It was direct international travel, and
First time.
first time in the
And the
flight,
first
direct
international. And the first
international
flight was the
flight.
international flight.
Yeah. So I was sitting in the flight at the corner, and I was like so much afraid that and so there was a Japanese couple sitting next to me, and uh, they felt like I'm quite nervous. And I was not eating, I was not taking any drink, and they said, "Are you okay? How are you doing?" And I didn't even went for toilet during my whole travel for 9 hours. And so they were quite, they were quite,
Worried about
cons
you.
yeah, quite concerned. And they were like, "Are you really fine?" And then, finally I took something to eat. But, it was my first time, and I was having motion sickness as well.
Oh, okay.
So,
Okay.
so all these things were quite stressful when I was traveling, because as a person who is quite close to family in an environment where you are not exposed to the metro city
I
culture.
know.
I
I
belong
know.
to, yeah, Jaipur, and we're quite homely environment. I studied at university which is in Jaipur, my hometown, so I never experienced that
Those kind
uh,
of
you
things.
know yeah,
Hmm.
yeah,
I know.
even the hostel life as well. So I was
True.
not like I was not prepared at all for anything.
Hmm.
I just
Hmm.
landed there, then took the bus to Tsukuba, and I was like, hope the professor Anirban, we call Anirbanda. I was praying that he should be there, otherwise I'm gone. He should be there, otherwise I'm gone. And then he was there with Batu Bhaiya, Batu Ghosh. They both came to receive me, and then they took me to the my stay, the place where I was
So you
staying.
are
And
quite relieved that seeing the Indian faces. Like, okay, if
yes, yes,
Indians
yes,
are here
yes, yes,
and
yes.
I can eat
And
my
not
food.
only Indian faces, then the people in the group as well, the Japanese people were quite frankly like the group leader Fujita-san and Omori-san, the secretary, and nearby people, Namiko-san, who were sitting next to
Hmm.
me,
Hmm.
were so loving and kind that they never let me miss my family actually.
Oh,
And
that's so
yeah, and really
wonderful.
miss that time.
This is
So
this is
I
a
think,
point. Actually, this point
yeah,
I want to tell the viewers for those students especially who will be watching, and that this is the thing that you are not going to miss your home because people are really
yes,
nice here. People are
yes,
nice here.
yes,
They'll make you feel like home. They'll
yes,
treat you well. So this is a great point, which actually,
Yes.
I wanted you to know that. And
Yeah.
yeah, so Lokesh, then you started in Tsukuba. I think I met you
Yeah.
in 2018 or something like that.
Yeah.
After
2017.
four,
Yes. Yeah.
2018,
Around
I guess. 18.
18. Okay.
Yeah, I guess so. Because 2017 I
Okay.
moved to Tokyo. So I met you
Okay.
2018.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before that, you were in Fukuoka. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, I was in Fukuoka.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So 2000, yeah, either 2017 end or 2018, most
Yeah.
probably.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Yeah, that would
I
be the.
visited the event in Tokyo for Hill Tokyo
Yes, you
movement.
did. You
Yeah.
did.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So
Yes.
that was really.
You were doing quite good that time, and your service to society is really appreciable. Thank you for doing all these things for the people who are really in need. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. We all can do our little bit for the society,
Yeah.
of course. So, so now, Lokesh, I'm just now we are going back to your project. So the project you have started, the startup, you said that 50 million Japanese yen, you have received. So is it your startup or are you doing with someone else?
So for now, it's I'm holding a position in the institute as a
Mm-hmm,
scientist,
mm-hmm,
and which is Okinawa
mm-hmm,
Institute of Science and Technology,
mm-hmm.
and I'm developing the prototype of my idea.
Okay.
So this is similar to the pre-seed stage of a startup. So like
Mm-hmm,
you have an idea, but you don't have a product now. You
mm-hmm,
go to the ventures or investors, you tell them, okay, I have this idea, quite fascinating. Please give me money. I want to develop a prototype and this and that. But this is quite challenging, because
mm-hmm,
idea-based investments are quite difficult.
mm-hmm,
So OIST actually, OIST team, especially from innovation, came up with this idea that why don't we support our scientists who have very innovative idea,
mm-hmm,
and we provide them funding
mm-hmm,
and they develop their prototype,
mm-hmm.
so they don't need to go here and there and then
Hmm.
ask for investment. And
Hmm.
then once they have prototype, they can get investment, but and can do their startups, or if they want, they can continue the job and they can sell the prototype to some big companies. They can
Hmm.
license it.
Hmm.
So OIST is doing both. So the
Hmm.
researchers who just don't want to go and become a entrepreneurs, they usually license the prototype or their technology to big companies, and they get some royalties in return.
Okay.
And the people like me who really want to go and pursue their own dreams, so we just want to follow our own herd, and we want to do some service to society directly. So instead of following that path, licensing it, we just want to make sure that it should be delivered at its full potential by so it can reach and benefit those millions of people who are really in need for these
Hmm.
kind of technologies.
Hmm.
So that's what is very
So
good.
what are you going to do? What will you do?
So what I will do now, because our prototype, the basic prototype is done, we are developing now final advanced prototype, and I have registered the company in Okinawa itself.
Hmm.
So I am now interacting with banks for the equity loan.
Mm-hmm.
So that's similar to the investors, like they get some equity and they invest. And I'm also interacting with various investors. So if I
Mm-hmm.
get the right valuation, I'll go with the venture.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, I'll take some money from the bank or other source, public grants, and angel investor, whatever ways the money comes within my timeline, that is next 6 months. And then I'm gonna start a manufacturing unit of these 3D bioprinters. So my research is about two technologies that I developed: a 3D bioprinter which has the precision of 3D bioprinter, as well as scalability and speed as a 3D electrospinner. So which is a very novel technology. I'm combining two technologies in one machine with very high precision, which gives this machine a new a position in the existing technologies in this biomedical field, and which makes the job for researchers as well as medical practitioners quite easy. So if there is a damage in spinal cord, okay, so Currently, there is no treatment. Neurons are very special cells and they do not regenerate itself. So what happens when they do not regenerate? We need some external intervention. We need to create a graft or material implant to put it at the site, which allows to reconnect both cutoff ends or to create or generate the neurons itself, neuronal connection, which can reestablish the lost neural connection. So this machine can print both tissues directly from the patient's stem cell and we can develop 3D spinal cord or 3D neural tissues. And then second thing, it can be also used as a 3D electrospinner. So can print the biomaterial structures with nanofibers, which are quietly, which are precisely controlled in alignment, porosity, and things.
Mm-hmm.
Which were actually medical challenge, and that's why this technology, the medical tissue engineering could not be utilized fully it's by according to its potential in medical field. So I was challenging myself to solve this problem of almost 2 decades, which is still being a very large problem in front of researchers and medical science, that how to repair a damaged tissue. So that's what our technology hope can provide, and we are in that direction. So once the machine manufacturing and commercialization is done, we will be following up with the medical part, because which is quite challenging. We have to go through the animal trials, then primate, the phase 1 trial on mammals, and then monkey and others, and then phase 2 trials, and then phase 3 trials, which is a quite long journey, 9 to 10 years. And quite a lot of money is needed. One drug development takes 1 billion to 1.5 billion US dollar.
Wow.
So that will be done only after once we start, step by step.
Step by step, definitely, yeah. But this is a great step, actually. So I would here actually for the viewers side, especially the students, I would like to know the concept. I think you gave when you gave the concept to your university, the Okinawa Science University. So, and on the basis of your concept, they gave the grant, I guess, 50 million.
Yeah. So there is a application process. So they open the process every year, and then many researchers, they submit this application. Then the application is being sent to the external reviewers.
Okay.
So in Japan, who is the expert in this field, they send these applications to them. And then based on their comments and their feedback, they accept the application. So if suppose if your idea is not good enough, and if this is not a big problem, and if reviewers has negative comment on that, you won't get it. So this is highly competitive and very, very reliable, because it's being properly screened, and it's a very systematic process. And this is not just a grant process, like you are writing an application and you just get grant. There is also a process associated with grant, that you have to go through various entrepreneurship trainings. Like I went through lean startup training program, deep startup training program, which actually gave me confidence to start my company in Okinawa. Because unless you are having confidence that okay, you are a scientist, but you can also be a good entrepreneur, or you can you can also sell. Because if you cannot sell, you cannot be entrepreneur. So,
exactly.
And you have to be focused, because as a scientist, our nature is we observe everything and we come up with ideas, every day.
Yeah.
But we have to stick to one and then develop it and then sell it, and then it's a whole journey of
it's
last
a whole
3
journey
years.
From scientist to entrepreneur. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I went through, and
yes,
this transformation actually led me to start my company.
Exactly. I can totally understand. So how, so that transformation, how difficult was it?
Frankly, it was a bit challenging, because I'm a person which come up with many ideas in between, and so I tend to be I tend to have a nature like I started something, finished 70%, and then I got something new. Then I said, okay, I can improve it again. Then I start again from zero and then improve it. Then I got again, no, I can start it again and then improve it. But you have to first finish version 1, version 2, version 3, like we had a cell phone of Nokia. When it came in our hand, it was a,
Yeah.
it was like
No,
a
you
box
have to
kind
be
of.
consistent. I mean
Yes,
to
you
say.
have to be consistent. You have to
Yeah,
decide the aim, finish, and then start. If you are
exactly.
having something in your mind, keep it for future. That version 2 will come again. Okay,
True.
so it's a
So
journey
you
of
had to
patience,
develop the consistency first.
patience also.
Patience
Like
and
lots of patience,
consistency.
yes, patience,
Yes.
consistency. And one
Yeah.
more thing is like you have to be quite approachable in nature.
Uh-huh.
If you are a person who is like, very difficult to deal with, then you cannot be entrepreneur.
So
That's also one thing.
your nature should be, you should not have ego. You have to be a,
Yes, yeah, you have to be
very
very down to earth,
easygoing person.
easygoing,
Yeah.
accepting the failure, improving yourself, accepting the
Hmm.
comments. You have, it's not like you have to accept everything. You have to
No,
follow everything because
exactly.
it's your
Your ups and
individual.
downs,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah. So you
every day
learn
is
with
not a
your
good day.
failure. Yes, 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 that's true. So similar way, as you say always, that positivity. Keep your positivity and then follow your path. That's it.
Yeah.
And then accept everything with grace. Like, okay, thank you for giving me everything good,
Uh-huh.
and at least I have this. Now with this, I will make this. I will achieve this. So that's a effort in life. Day by day, you do better, better, better. Then you become, like what you
Best at
desire, you
it.
get it. Best at it.
Yeah, you
That's it.
become best
Yes.
at it. Yeah, exactly. So you're definitely, you got married and beautiful wife you have. So your wife also helped you in that?
My wife,
I mean the
unfortunately,
emotionally, I mean to
yeah,
say.
yeah. So my wife actually supported me when I was having bad times, like when I was having transition, too much workload actually.
Mm-hmm.
So this journey is not easy. I
Mm.
used to burst out, like like I was sometime like it's too much work for me. I am like exhausted. I'm burning out. That time she used to help me, like she even
Ardhangini.
yeah, yeah. She even gave me company when I went to some conferences for pitching. Even in Hokkaido, she went with me, and she went with me also in OIS. There was some lifetime venture pitch event, and I could not actually drive because I was so much exhausted after the pitch competition. So she drove to the party place, and I could interact with people there. So yeah, definitely the role of partner in life is very important, and she supported me the way she
That's
could.
That's wonderful, actually. Yeah.
Yeah,
So, totally, it's a very successful journey, I would say, in coming for PhD and starting your own, startup entrepreneur. Especially, your idea got approved. You got the
yeah,
grant. It's not a getting the grant. It is got approved, your idea.
yeah.
Such a competitive, that's institute is. But this is
I was fortunate, I think.
this is very
I must say.
amazing. This is
Yeah,
amazing, actually.
yeah.
And we are very proud of you. We congratulate you definitely. And
Thank you very much.
this
Thank
is
you.
really amazing thing you are doing, and we'd love to, this is just a beginning. I We will talk again because,
Yes,
step by
definitely.
step, again, I think you are going to develop more and more. So we will definitely, would love to know what is the next and what you're doing next. And this is just the Nupur Theory, the Nupur Theory Show is the platform we want to give all the startup, whoever doing here in Japan, because this is our thing. We all are, it's like an
Yeah.
Indian family for sure.
Thank you very much for this. Yeah, I think I would also suggest my friends to contact you if they are looking for the promotion in Japan and to share their stories, how they went through. So I think until we successfully deliver our product to the society and it serve its cause for which it was started, to finally benefiting the researchers or the patients who are suffering. There are 22 million people in the whole world which are suffering with the spinal cord injuries or nerve injuries. And among them, 32% are permanent. There is no treatment. And for them, the treatment cost raises from $500,000 to $2 million, quite expensive. And our technology will provide a solution which is, 100,000, and it will be a treatment, just one-time intervention, and it will treat the patients. So I think it will be quite miracle that we are planning, and I hope we could deliver what we are looking for. So finally, the aim or the vision that we had when we started to help these people which are actually really in need, because a person who is paralyzed, you can understand, not only they are suffering, their family also goes through a lots of emotional trauma. They are financially burdened, they are having emotional burden because the person is completely or partially handicapped, because paralysis doesn't allow you to do movement. So a complete paralysis person will ultimately die because of failure of vital organs and things. So all these actually, all these factors were quite influencing on me. And I observed one spinal cord injury in my close friends and family. So that was the point I decided to actually in future do something to create a artificial tissue, or which can be utilized for the treatment. And finally,
Definitely. I'm sure
yeah,
you will do, Lokesh, and we wish you all the best. We will again would love to talk to you on your development, and
thank you very much.
we would love to, congratulate you for your this success. This is a wonderful, wonderful thing you are doing. Wish you all the
Thank you.
best.
Thank you
Thank
very much.
you.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Arigato gozaimasu and namaste.
Thank you. Namaste. Have a good day.
Subscribe now and press the bell icon. Never miss an update.